And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening po sa inyong lahat. Lalong-lalo na dyan po sa ating lahat ng mga kagurot na nandyan sa Pilipinas. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. So we are back tonight for our general education discussion, also professional education discussion right after this. And of course, all exclusive materials go straight to GROW. Okay, now what is GROW? If you're still not a member of GROW and you are this is your first time to watch us, then I am going to be explaining that in a few minutes, okay? But before we start with anything else, we of course start with our opening prayer. And tonight, of course, it's a Sunday, and so our opening prayer was prepared by Ma'am Eunice Carbajal. Okay, I invite all of you to please join me in our opening prayer.
Magandang gabi mga kaguro. Ngayon, samahan niyo po akong manalangin para sa pag-uumpisa ng ating pagtalakay sa mga items na sinagutan kahapon. Let's pray. Yes, Heavenly Father, Lord God, Panginoon, maraming salamat po sa napakagandang week na naman na meron kami, and how we pray as we continue to study about sa mga items na sinagutan namin kahapon ay maging honest din po kami sa pagtatama ng mga magagawa naming pagkakamali. We pray na ikaw nga po yung patuloy na gumabay sa gabi na ito sa pagtuturo ni Ma'am Mek at sa mga internet connection na meron kami sa aming mga tahanan. We pray na makisama po ito at maayos po naming maunawaan yung ipapaliwanag ni Ma'am Mek mamaya. Muli, Panginoon, maraming salamat sa buhay nila Ma'am Mek na ginagamit nyo for us to learn and for us to be ready for this coming LET examination the next year. Sa inyo ko na nga po ibinibigay ang lahat ng ito. And this we pray in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Alright, so again, atin pong pinasasalamatan si Ma'am Eunice Carbajal for preparing our opening and closing prayers tonight. Okay, so again, this is general education discussion, the 20 items that you've had yesterday in our questions live stream, and all exclusive materials go straight to GROW. GROW is Gurong Pinoy Review Online Work Group, our exclusive FB group where we send all exclusive materials. So we have these questions that we are discussing in our live stream and its answer key, and of course, some other materials that we know are gonna come out in your LET. Now, it is very easy for you to join GROW. You only need to pay 500 pesos. That's a one-time payment through Palawan, Cebuana, and ML. The details are there. Another option is that you can use a super sticker during our live stream on YouTube so that you can join GROW. Now, once you have paid, just take a picture of your receipt. If you have asked a friend or a family member paid for you, that's fine. Just take a picture of the receipt and send it through our Facebook page, okay? Send it through our official Facebook page. Now, I have good news for all those people who have just tuned in, who are first-timers, and those people who are not members of GROW yet, because we have a discount of 50% until October 15th. Again, until October 15th, all you need to do is to pay 250 pesos, okay? That's until, oh, and those people who are not members of GROW yet. Hang on po. Ang ingay nito. Okay. GROW yet, because we have a discount. All right, so again, we have a discount of 250 pesos po. So that's 50% discount for our GROW. That's 50% discount until October 15th. Okay, again, that's until October 15th po. So pwede pa po kayong makahabol. Right now, it's October 11th. Okay, so meron pa po kayong 4 days to pay the 250 pesos. All the exclusive materials go straight to GROW. These things that I'm discussing in our live stream, so you don't need to copy anymore. All those things, all the questions, also the rationalizations can be found there. And not only this, but we also have tons of other items there, other materials that we send through GROW. Okay, that's only 250 pesos. That's a one-time payment po. One-time payment until the day that you take the LET. It's not a monthly payment of 250. It's not 5,000. It's not 7,000 or even 1,000. It's just one-time payment of 250 until October 15th. Now, once you have paid, again, just send your receipt through our official Facebook page. Then we are going to add you to GROW. In GROW, you can download the materials. You can print all the materials that you want. Okay, now that is GROW again. Now, yesterday we have just started another program, and this is called MASH. Okay, MASH po is Module Assistance for Students Help Desk. Now, the goal of MASH is to help parents and students in answering their modules. Okay, I have just posted this this morning. Yes, this morning in your case, okay? Last night sa akin. Okay, so again, that's MASH, Module Assistance for Students Help Desk. We have our format there po. Ilagay nyo yung topic and yung grade level. Or you can also just take a picture of the module, okay? But it should be a specific topic. Hindi po yung broad topics since we don't know what the topics are. So what you can do is you take a picture of the questions, yung mga, pag meron kayong mga anak na tinuturuan, medyo mahirap sa inyo yung isang topic, just take a picture of the module or of the question, then send this or comment that in our post about MASH. Then we are going to pick the topics. So we are going to pick some items there that we can discuss in our short videos, the videos that we are posting daily. Okay, so that's MASH po. Again, don't forget, you may also share this with some of your friends who you know are having a difficult time in teaching, in helping their students or their kids with their modules. Okay, again, that's Module Assistance for Students Help Desk. This is a free service from Gurong Pinoy. Wala pong bayad itong MASH natin. Okay? So, i-post lamang po yung picture ng module or yung question na nahihirapan kayo or even the topic, but please be specific. Okay? Even, and also please include the grade level so that we can easily make our video or our discussion on that. All right, so again, that's MASH. Now, if you think all these things that Gurong Pinoy is doing are helpful to all people, now please do like our video. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like our video po. If you're watching us on Facebook, then go ahead and share our video, like our video, react to our video, start a watch party, or you may also tag a friend. Okay, maraming salamat po. You may share the video. All right, so again, please do make sure that you share the good news to all of your friends, sa neighbors nyo na nahihirapan sa modules na alam namin na maraming hirap. Kahit ako, yung mga pamangkin ko, sasabi yung mga nanay nila, nahirap sila, no? Tapos yung mga bata, nagre-reklamo na din. Sabi ng mga bata, walang katapusang module, okay? So, our one small way for us to help you is to have MASH. And again, this is for free, okay? We are not receiving any payment for MASH. All right, now I think you're all ready for our discussion. Okay, make sure that you like this video again. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow our Facebook page, Facebook, our YouTube, TikTok, and also our Instagram. Okay. Now, if you have paid, I can see si Ma'am Juliet de los Santos dito. She said she has already paid. I'll do it in a few minutes po, or right after the live stream. Okay, so we start with general education. Ma'am Joy Dairit, maraming salamat sa inyong maagang pakape. Thank you so much, Ma'am Joy Dairit. Okay, so again, we start with our general education discussion. Question number 1. What figure of speech is a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast? Is this irony? Letter B, personification. Letter C, apostrophe. Or letter D, hyperbole? Good evening from San Vicente, Butuan City. That's from Sir Nelson Matugina. Thank you so much, Miss O. She said, I'm already a follower of your Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And of course, she's watching us on YouTube tonight. Maraming salamat po. Good evening po sa inyong lahat na nasa Facebook and YouTube. Oh, si Ma'am Mary Ann Cabarles, nagtuturo na pala si Ma'am Mary Ann. Oh, wala po ako kahapon, ma'am, na busy po pag-print ng module sa school. Okay lang po, ma'am. Makinig na lang po ngayon sa ating discussion. From Negros Oriental, Canlaon City, good evening, Ma'am Melcy Esguera. From Nueva Ecija, Sir Lucio Pajarito. Okay, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat na nasa YouTube. All right, now many of you are answering letter B. Here on Facebook, I haven't seen the answers yet. Good evening po. Okay, now going back to our question, what figure of speech is a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, okay? I cannot remember the title of this poem. Okay, now this is letter A, irony, letter B, personification, letter C, apostrophe, or letter D, hyperbole. Okay, the correct answer, of course, would be letter B. This is personification. Okay, again, this is personification, letter B. And of course, we say that when you say personification, you are giving human-like characteristics to an inanimate object. Okay, for something that is inanimate, then you give it some human-like characteristics, kahit na living organism pa siya, no? Kunwari dito, tree. But of course, you are giving it a human-like characteristic. So that's what we call personification. Irony, of course, you are putting things that are opposites in one sentence. Apostrophe is pagtawag in Filipino. So this is calling someone's name. So for example, when Juliet said, Romeo or Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Okay, that's apostrophe. Now, hyperbole, of course, this is pagmamalabis in Filipino. This is exaggeration. We already have video on this on YouTube. I think it's also posted on Facebook. That's figures of speech. We have examples and we also have the Filipino translation. So if this is your first time to watch us, or if you haven't watched that video yet, make sure that you go and check that later. It can be found on YouTube and on Facebook. Okay, so just put a reminder in your notebook to watch our figures of speech na video. All right, but for number one, again, that is letter B. Now, what about number two? Number two, the economic policy that good action is one that helps the greatest number of people is called mercantilism. Letter B, capitalism. Letter C, colonialism. Letter D, utilitarianism. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number two? Please send in your answers. Okay, marami ding letter B dito sa Facebook for number one. Congratulations. Good evening. Watching from Dasmariñas, Cavite with my wife. Hello po, Ma Maricel Alcantara. That's coming from Sir Alan Alcantara. Good evening po. Ma'am Jeneline Migabon, thank you for tagging your friends. Wala po tayong GCash. Sorry po, Sir A.G. Louie. Wala po tayong GCash. Thank you for tagging your friends, Ma'am Vil Slofar Bolok-Bolok. Si Sir Jeffrey Arida, I see you both on YouTube and Facebook. Happy Fiesta, Ma'am Subido and Ma'am Eva. May fiesta pa ba sa Pilipinas ngayon? Okay, so the economic policy that good action is one that helps the greatest number of people is called, the correct answer, of course, is letter D, utilitarianism. This is also one of the isms of education. Okay, so if you are helping everyone or you are helping more people or more people becomes happy, then you'd call that utilitarianism. If you haven't watched our video on the isms of education yet, like essentialism, progressivism, perennialism, all those things have already been discussed there. Make sure that you make a reminder in your notebook to watch it after this live stream. Okay, so again here, our answer is utilitarianism. What about the rest of the things that we have here? Mercantilism and capitalism, they're both, they're just the same. Okay, so mercantilism or capitalism are the same. They mean commercialism. Okay, so commercialism po siya, free trade. Okay, that's the meaning of mercantilism and capitalism. Of course, when you say colonialism, this means acquiring power over another territory. When you make another place, another country, your colony, okay, you'd call that colonialism. All right, so the correct answer, of course, would be letter D, utilitarianism. This is also part of the isms of education. All right, now we go to number 3, which contradicts the Filipino family value of sacrifice. willingness to forgive, inability to forgive, delayed satisfaction of desires, tolerance of pain and mistakes. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 3? Please send in your answers. Okay, ano kaya ang tamang sagot for question number 3 natin? Watching from, okay, nakita ko din dito Sir Alan, nandun din siya sa Facebook. Sir Alan Alcantara, watching with his wife, Ma'am Maricel Alcantara. Good evening from Noveleta, Cavite, Ma'am April Red. Good evening, that's coming from Sir Jeric Toming from Compostela, Davao de Oro. Happy Fiesta, Nuestra Pilar, Zamboanga City. That's from Ma'am Annalise Subido. Watching from New York, Cubao, Sir Gerald Roque. All right, so number 3, which contradicts the Filipino family value of sacrifice? Dahil, di ba, lahat usong-uso sa atin yung sakripisyo, pagpapakamartir. Okay, is it willingness to forgive? Pag nag-away-away kayo ay handa ka mag-forgive, no? Handa ka magpatawad. Inability to forgive, hindi ka marunong magpatawad. Delayed satisfaction of desires, so hindi ka muna bibili ng kung anong gusto mo, hindi ka muna kakain sa restaurant na to dahil syempre ibibigay mo muna yung pera mo sa iyong parents, no, to help your siblings. Tolerance of pain and mistakes, kahit na mahirap, masakit, kahit na nagkakamali ka, okay lang. Okay, so which one do you think is the correct answer here? Contradicts the Filipino family value of sacrifice? Of course, the correct answer would be letter B, inability to forgive. Okay, inability to forgive po ang tamang sagot, letter B. Good evening from Suralia, South Cotabato, Sir John Daduya Pugaha. Good evening po. All right, number 4, the smallest unit of society is the church, purok, family, or letter C, government. This is very easy. From Karkar, Cebu City, Sir, si Ma'am Cindy Kwong. From Tacloban City, Leyte, Ma'am Emerose Margate. Good evening po. From Tabuk, Kalinga, Ma'am Bradel Gainawan de la Cruz. Wow, nakaka-perfect. 3 out of 3 ba, Sir Gerald? Good evening. Pa-shout out daw kay Mama Tete. That's from Ma'am Medes Tanudra. Good evening po, Mama Tete. Ligwak na naman. Watching from Mexico, Pampanga. A joke lamang pala, Ma'am Christine. From Antipolo City. Ma'am Tin Acabo. From Pangasinan, Ma'am Priscilla Llamas. Okay, so again, this is a very easy question. We've had this even when we were still in elementary, and we know that the correct answer is letter C, family. The smallest unit of society is, of course, the family. All the first values, all the things that the child would learn, they first learn it in the house, in the home, in their family. Okay, so that's why it's very important for us to be able to teach our kids. If you cannot teach them academically, pwede pong turuan natin ng magandang asal yung ating mga bata. Okay, so whatever is the attitude of your child, that is the reflection of what we have taught our kids in our houses or in our homes. Okay, so letter C, family, of course, is the correct answer. Number 5, this is the birthplace of Jose Rizal. This is also very easy. Bonus na to. Good evening from Bayugan City, Agusan del Sur. Ma'am Loyalen Bancali Dakipel. Good evening from Nueva Ecija, Ma'am Mangru EA. Good evening from Cagayan, Sir Christopher Suyo Bakay. Good evening from Alicia Isabella, Ma'am Riza Visperas Tito. Thank you for sharing our video. Sir Mark Dave Joven Lamasan Alenton. Ang haba ng name niyo, sir. Alright, this is the birthplace of Jose Rizal. Very easy. Bonus na to sa inyo. You know that this is letter C, Calamba, Laguna. Okay, Calamba, Laguna po is the correct answer. Letter C for number 5. Not Intramuros, not Malolos, Bulacan, not Kawit, Cavite. Okay, so again for number 5, the correct answer is letter C, Calamba, Laguna. Okay, we go to number 6. One instance of taking away the life of another person without due process is salvaging, capital punishment, suicide, or euthanasia. Pa-shout out from Kawayan Isabela, President Loreto Agbayani Balikaw Jr. Good evening from City of Majestic Waterfalls, Iligan City. That's from Mamaylin Pontillas. Watching from Lucena City, Quezon, Sir Girdriz. Para din daw kay Papa Shano. Good evening po, Papa Shano from San Fernando, Cebu. That's still from Mamideth Tanudra. Good evening po. Watching from Lucen City, Quezon Province. Nabasa ko na to. Sir Girdriz. Watching from Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu, Miss O. Watching with my pet dog, Ma'am Tin Acabo. Watching from CDO with friends through Watch Plays, Sharing, Messenger. Wow, thank you po, Sir Keith Brian Ricafrente, Now. From Santa Barbara, Iloilo. Sir Omar Italia, from Iloilo ka po pala, Sir Omar. All right, so again, going back to our question here, number 6, one instance of taking away the life of another person without due process is called letter A, of course. That's salvaging, okay? Salvaging. The true meaning talaga ng word na salvage is to save. Kaya nga tayo may Salvation Army, di ba? Yung mga ukay-ukay from Salvation Army. Salvage to salvage is to save. Pero of course, in our society, salvaging has another meaning, okay? If someone is found dead along the side of the road, then we call that sinalvage siya, di ba? Sinalvage siya. So the correct answer here is letter A, salvaging. Capital punishment is the highest form of punishment that we can give to someone who's convicted by a crime. So po pwedeng death penalty siya, no? That's capital punishment. If there's no death penalty, then the highest punishment that we can give him. Suicide, of course, this is taking one's own life. Euthanasia is also called mercy killing. This is done for people who are very sick. For example, your family member, wag namang sana, no? Yung family member is very sick, and you still want him to live. You still have him in the hospital, taken care of in the hospital, but that person is already in pain and he already wants to die, and he said, please just take away all the life support system, no? Take away na lang yung life support system. Well, that's euthanasia, that's mercy killing, okay? Dahil nga the person is in pain, is suffering, dahil nasa hospital lang siya for a long time, he just wants to take some rest, no? Magpahinga na. And so that would be euthanasia, okay? But for number 6, of course, this is letter A, salvaging. All right, now we go to number 7. What was the first term given by Marcelo H. del Pilar to the hidden control and domination by Spanish religious priests over the colonial government? Okay, what's the correct answer? Watching from Cabanglasan, Bukidnon, Sir Joseph Gulia Concha. Oh, from Gimbal, Iloilo, Ma'am Giselle Gasapo, Kirial. Ma'am Giselle, my good friend, my classmate in UP High School before. Ikaw pala to, Ma'am Giselle. Okay, hello po. Thank you so much for watching. I've seen your comment in MASH. Okay, and we are going back to it po later. Kumusta, Ma'am Giselle? Watching from Bula, Camarines Sur, Sir Noel de Guzman. Sir Christopher Suyo Bakay, thank you po for sharing the video and for tagging your friends. Hello po kay Sir TJ Trumata, Narag, and Sir Patrick Kilang Garcia. Galing po yan kay Sir Christopher Suyo Bakay. Watching din daw po sila. Maraming salamat po. Shout out VSM. Ano po yung VSM? San Isidro. Shout out sa VSM, San Isidro, General Santos City. At sa kanyang anak po, nakikinig din ngayon na si Gekos Amir Liam. That's coming from Ma'am Jenaline Migabon. Watching from Surigao City, Sir Jerry Fajardo. From Pasig City, Sir Alvarez Axel Maricel. And thank you for sharing our video po. Okay, so again, the question is, what was the first term given by Marcelo H. del Pilar to the hidden control and domination by Spanish religious priests over the colonial government? The correct answer, of course, would be Freilocratia. Freilocratia is the correct answer. Bakit Freilocratia? This is a notorious, there was a notorious invisible government that existed in Spanish Philippines. This government was called Freilocracy, meaning rule of the friars. During the last decades of the 19th century, the Spanish friars were so influential and powerful that they practically ruled the Philippines. Okay, so Freilocratia po is the correct answer. That's letter B. Letter B for number 7, Freilocratia. All right, we move on to number 8. Due to close family ties, Filipino families are generally, letter A, secular, letter B, extended, letter C, nuclear, or letter D, divided. Wow, wala pang mali si Sir Loreto. Keep it up, sir. From Maguindanao Province, Ma'am Aiza Uto. From Samar, Ma'am Mary Ann Cabarles. Watching from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Ma'am Saleha Giamal. Sa Bahalker po. I used to teach in Riyadh too. Okay. From Imos Cavite, Ma'am Cherry Dimas, good evening po. Watching from Cubao, Ma'am Judeline Ruiz. Sir Gize Doria, watching from Orbistondo, Pangasinan. All right, now this is a very easy question because this is very relatable to all of us, no? Due to close family ties, Filipino families are generally, dahil close yung family ties natin, the correct answer, of course, would be letter B, extended. Okay, so extended lagi yung ating mga pamilya. Lahat na lang tita natin, di ba? And even when we are talking about our houses, our homes, all the family members would be there. So hindi lamang yung nanay, yung tatay at yung mga anak, hindi siya nuclear. It's not letter C, nuclear. You also have your lola, your lolo, all your cousins are there. You live in one compound. Your dogs, your pets, everyone is there. Okay, so that's because of our close family ties. This is a very positive characteristic of the Filipinos, but sometimes also meron siyang negative effects, no? Dahil minsan nakikita natin yung mga anak yung nagiging batugan hanggang sa pagtanda nung nanay, nung tatay, yung nanay at tatay pa rin yung bumubuhay sa kanilang mga anak. Yung anak nila parang babies pa rin, nakahiga lamang, nanonood lamang ng TV, no? So sometimes there's a good side to it. Sometimes there's also a bad side to it. Okay, so letter B, extended, is the correct answer. Now, this is the opposite dito sa US, no? Dito naman sa US, they're very exclusive, no? So even at a very young age, the kids are taught to be independent. So sometimes if we go to the park at yung mga bata po ay naglalaro, yung mga anak nila kahit na maliliit pa, hinahayaan na nila, no, hinahayaan na nilang umakyat, mahulog, matumba, pero syempre yung mga Pinoy, like si Baby Ray, no, ginaguidean mo talaga. So, what I can see ngayon, nakikita ko, si Rain, hindi siya aakyat or kunwari, kailangan niyang akyatin muna bago siya makababa sa slide, no, hindi siya aakyat ng mag-isa lang siya. So, please help me, gumaganon siya. Dahil nga sa dependence na tinuturo natin, no? Hindi naman natin sadya na maging dependent yung bata, even if Rain is also very independent at times, no, medyo protective kasi tayo, kaya nagiging ganun yung mga bata natin, yung mga anak natin. Dito naman hinahayaan lang nila, which is very good because the kids become very independent at a very young age. Pero yung setback naman nun, yung disadvantage naman nun is that hindi nga sila close family ties. After when the child turns 15, pwede na siyang makalive ng house. 17, pwede siyang makalive ng house and to live independently, no? At hindi sila nag-give back talaga sa kanilang parents, okay? Which is not good. Alright, so usually yung parents would just live by themselves, wala nang kasamang mga anak, walang kasamang mga apo, no? Kung minsan mag-isa na lamang siya, minsan nasa nursing home na lamang siya, which is medyo hindi acceptable sa ating mga Pinoy. Okay, but letter B is the correct answer for number 8 here. All right, now we go to number 9, the Philippine president who was known as the man of the masses was. What do you think is the correct answer for number 9? Watching from Agusan del Sur, Sir Dempster Karampatana. Good evening po. From Pasig City. Yes, nabasa ko na pala to. Good evening, watching from Caloocan City, Ma'am Jasmine Mendoza. Good evening, watching from Hibauan, Iloilo, Ma'am Robilyn Reyes Emilia. Watching from Cotabato City, Sir Michael, Dave Mark Piang. From Hamindan Capiz, Ma'am Sir Debro Dazin. Hello po, Sir Ramil Kwambot. Pag-greet sa kanyang family daw. Sa family Kwambot, Yurag, sa Matubinaw, Katayngan, Masbate. Greetings from Thailand, Sir Yungkil. From QC, Sir Jesse Leo Banquesio. From Caloocan City, Ma'am Jasmine. Nabasa ko na si Ma'am Jasmine. Good evening, watching from CI Zamboanga, Sibugay. That's Sir or Ma'am Regen Ponce. Thank you po for sharing our video. All right, so the correct answer here for number 9, very easy. The man of the masses, of course, is letter C. Okay, so the former President Ramon Magsaysay, he died in a plane crash. The name of the plane was Mount Pinatubo. Okay, the name of the plane po was Mount Pinatubo. Ramon Magsaysay, the man of the masses, he was the one who opened Malacanang to the masses, to the Filipino people. Okay, now Fidel Ramos, we know him to be an advocate for Philippines 2000. Manuel Quezon, of course, he is ang ama ng wikang pambansa, no? Ama ng wika, Manuel Quezon. And Manuel Rojas, of course, he's the lolo of Mar Rojas. He's the first president of the Third Republic, right after the Commonwealth period. Manuel Rojas also gave us the parity rights. Yung sinasabi mong parity rights, equal rights over the natural resources of the Philippines for the U.S. and the Philippines. Okay, that's the parity rights by Manuel Rojas. Okay, correct answer, of course, for number 9 is letter C, Ramon Magsaysay po. All right, we go to number 10, the stage actress who brought fame to her country through her international awards for her stage performances was Isel Alvarez, Lea Salonga, Geneva Cruz, Sharon Cuneta. Very easy. Tama po yan, Sir Sunny Bukirin. Tama po yung sinasabi ni Sir Sunny Bukirin. Going back sa item natin kanina na salvaging, no, sabi ko nga po, yung true sense talaga, yung meaning talaga ng salvaging is to save. Pero may negative connotation na siya sa atin. Okay, now this is very easy. Huwag na natin patagalin pa. Of course, this is Tita Lea Salonga, Miss Saigon. Okay? So, letter B, Lea Salonga po ang tamang sagot. Number 10 is letter B. Now, we go to number 11. The sum of the sides of a polygon is the blank of the polygon. Is it letter A, volume, letter B, legs, letter C, area, letter D, perimeter? Wow, kaboses pala ni Ma'am Eva Cuenca si Miss Leia Salonga. Good evening from Malabon. That's coming from Ma'am Divine Landicho Bonifacio. Hello po sa mga nanonood sa atin sa Facebook. If this is your first time to watch us, we welcome all of you po. But of course, we say thank you sa ating mga parokyano, sa mga Saturday, Sunday na palaging nandyan, especially since we have started. Ma'am Nabila Makaindig-Ipa, thank you po for sharing our video. She is watching from Silang, Cavite. First time to watch live. Hello po. Welcome po, Ma'am Nabila. Watching from Pangasinan, Ma'am Shairel Macarana Santos. Watching from San Pablo District, Sir Albert Kawan. Watching from Zamboanga, Ma'am Fatima Sheha Jamar Abirin. Good evening po, Sir Igano Caloy. From Quirino Province, Sir Rodmark Billones. From Imos, Cavite, Ma'am Angel Villalobos. Thank you so much for tuning in po. All right, the sum of the sides of a polygon is the blank of the polygon. We know this, of course, to be the correct answer is letter D. That's perimeter. Okay, so perimeter po yung tamang sagot. If you say a polygon, of course, that's a closed shape with sides. Okay, closed shape with sides. Okay, so the sum of all the sides, that would be your perimeter. Perimeter po yung tamang sagot dito. Letter D. Okay, now we go to number 12. Find the least common multiple of 8, 6, and 3. Is it 24? Letter B is 72. Letter C, 48. Letter D, 96. O, ang dami pang walang mali sa YouTube. Sir, Ma'am RV Joy Tulod says wala pa siyang mali. All right, now what do you think is the correct answer for question number 12? This is in math. Category math. Watching from Bukidnon, Ma'am Angeline Ferrer. Okay, now here in our question, we are being asked for the LCM, least common multiple. Of course, when you say multiple, meron din tayong tinatawag na factors. The factors are the numbers that you multiply to get a certain product. When you say naman multiple, these are the products of the different factors that we have. So for example, you have 3. The multiples of 3 would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. Okay, the multiples of 6 would be 6, 12, 18, and so on. Multiples of 8 would be 8, 16, 24, and so on. Okay, so those are the different multiples. Now, I have a hint here for you. Meron akong tip dito sa inyo. We are looking for the least common multiple. And when you do this, you can just divide the different choices that you have by all the numbers there. At dapat wala siyang remainder. Okay, so again, you just divide the different choices that you have here by the numbers that you have in the question, and dapat wala siyang remainder, so that we know that these are, or the choices are really multiples of those numbers that we find. So that's one hint, okay? Just divide the different choices by all the numbers that you find, dapat wala siyang remainder. Another thing is that since we are asked for the least common multiple, you always start with the smallest number. Okay, so itatry nyo po dapat yung smallest, okay? Kahit yung 24, for example, ay nakita nyo sa choice D, since siya yung pinakamaliit na number, siya po dapat yung itry nyo munang i-divide using the different numbers that you find there. And pag walang remainder sa lahat ng numbers, that means siya na yung tamang sagot because we are looking for the least common multiple. Kasi kahit na tama itong 72, kahit na tama yung 72, for example, when you divide it by 3, by 6, by 8, for example, wala naman siyang remainder, pero hindi siya least, okay? It is not the least common multiple. And so, that cannot be the correct answer, okay? So, unahin niyo po yung pinakamaliit na number because we are looking for the least common multiple, okay? So, you divide this by 8, and you know that that's correct. 24 divided by 8 would just be 3, no remainder. You divide this by 6, and you know that that is correct, okay? So, pwede siya. and you divide this by 3, you know that that is correct, walang remainder. And so the correct answer would be letter A, 24. Okay, so again po, just divide the choices by the different numbers that you find in the question. Dapat wala pong remainder. And of course, you start with the smallest choice first. Okay, you start with the smallest choice. Titingnan nyo muna yung pinakamaliit na number at itry mong i-divide siya sa lahat. Okay, if it's correct, walang remainder yung lahat, that means siya na yung tamang sagot. Okay, so number 12 po, that's letter A. We go to number 13. The measure of an angle is 25 more than its supplement. What is the measure of the larger angle? Letter A, 102.5 degrees. Letter B, 110.5 degrees. Letter C, 77.5 degrees. Or letter D, 95.5 degrees. What do you think is the correct answer for question number 13? Ma'am Jafrans, Abuel Alejandria, hindi daw siya nakahabol. Okay lang po. Makinig na lamang po kayo sa discussion. Shout out daw po sa lahat ng mga kukuha ng exam that's coming from Sir Igano Caloy, especially sa mga taga Cebu Institute of Technology University. Ma'am Lani Lane Lan, nakabayad na daw po si Ma'am Lani Lane. I will be going to that po later, after our live stream po. Watching from Bukidnon, okay, I've already read this. All right, now many of the people on YouTube are answering with the letter A. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot? All right, so going back to the question that we have here, number 13, the measure of an angle is 25 more than its supplement. What is the measure of the larger angle? Good evening po, Sir Samuel Boryongan from Masbate. All right, now we know that when you say supplementary angles, we discussed this in our previous live stream. If you say that the angles are supplementary, that means their sum equals 180 degrees, okay? So in your question here, the measure of an angle is 25 more than its supplement. Okay, so we are looking for an angle that is unknown. We represent that by the letter X, by our variable X. And the other angle, of course, given in our question, it says it is 25 more than its supplement. Okay, so that means for the other angle, we need to add 25 to that unknown angle. And so we say 180 equals X, or our unknown angle, plus the other angle, the larger angle, which is X, which is unknown, plus 25. Okay, because it says here in our question, 25 more than its supplement. Okay, now, simplifying this, we have 2x. Okay, you can just remove the parentheses there because we also cannot add x plus 2 or plus 25. No, we cannot add them. So we just have x plus x, which gives us 2x plus 25. Okay, so 180 equals 2x plus 25. So we'd like to isolate the 2x that we have here. And so what we do is we subtract 25 to both sides. So subtracting 25 to this would just be canceled. Okay, yung 25 mo dito maka-cancel. And so here we have 180 minus 25 equals 2x na lamang. Okay, now 180 minus 25, that of course would give us 155. So 155 equals 2x. For us to isolate the x, of course, we need to divide both sides by 2. Okay, so we divide both sides by 2 so we can cancel the 2 here. And so we have x equals 155 divided by 2, or that would be 77.5. Okay, so the answer would be 77.5 for the value of x. But the question is, what is the measure of the larger angle? Okay, we're not looking for x, but we are looking for the larger angle. And in our first equation here, the larger angle would be x plus 25. Okay, so x plus 25 po siya. This one is the other angle. Okay, so x plus 25, that means we need to add 25 to 77.5. So 77.5 plus 25, the correct answer would be letter A, 102.5 degrees. Okay, 102.5 degrees is the correct answer. Okay, so letter A po ang ating tamang sagot. All right, so again, number 13, that would be letter A. If you are in GROW, all this can be found in GROW, including all the explanations that we have here, all the equations that we have here. Okay, now we go to number 14. Find the least common multiple of 5, 2, and 7. This is the same as the one that we had previously, no? Similar question. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer? Again, we would like to welcome all our first-timers. If this is your first time to watch us, we are studying Gurong Pinoy. We are a trusted and credible review center, not only for the LET, but also for the civil service exam. My name is Coach Mek Saison Manaay. I am a science teacher by profession. I teach here in Manning High School, South Carolina, USA. I used to teach in Saudi Arabia. I also used to teach in Ateneo de Iloilo. Okay, so we welcome all of you, but of course we say thank you. We give great thanks to all our paroquiano. Okay, if this is your first time to watch us, we have so many videos that can help you pass the LET. It's free to watch all of our videos. You can go to our YouTube channel. Also, please like our Facebook page. Also follow us on TikTok and on Instagram. But you can find all the previous videos that we've had in our YouTube channel. There's a separate playlist for GenEd, separate playlist for Prof. Ed. There's also a separate playlist for all the live streams that we've had. So almost 40 live streams, okay? So make sure that you visit our YouTube channel then po. Okay, now find the least common multiple, 5, 2, and 7. So again, I told you that the easiest way for you to do is to divide the choices that you have with all the numbers that you see here. At dapat wala po siyang remainder. Okay, saglit lamang po. My friend is chatting. Saglit lamang po. Because today, this afternoon, we are going to have a party for Baby Rain's Nanay She. Okay, so this friend of mine, my Cameroonian friend, is asking for the time. Sagutin ko lamang siya ng madalian. Ma'am Norhana Ismael, thank you so much po for your ayuda, Ma'am Norhana. Thank you po. Sir Edsel Ates, first timer. Maraming salamat po. Welcome po sa Gurong Pinoy. All right, so again, what you do is to divide the different choices that you have here with the different numbers. At dapat wala siyang remainder. And sabi natin kanina, since we are looking for the least common multiple, we need to start with the smallest number. Okay, so we try the smallest number. 15 divided by 5, alam natin na po pwede siya, pero hindi siya po pwede for 2 and 7. There's gonna be a remainder. Okay, so we proceed with the next number that we have, 35. We know na hindi din siya po pwede sa 2. Okay, so we start with the third number that we have here, 70. And we know na po pwede siya sa 5, walang remainder. Po pwede din siya sa 2, walang remainder. And of course, pwede din siya sa 7. And so we know that letter D is the correct answer. Okay, letter D po ang tamang sagot. Okay, saglit ulit. We go to the next question muna. I'm answering her questions. All right, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 15, category science? Okay, this is talking about eutrophication. What is a possible consequence of eutrophication? Uh-huh. Now, many people on YouTube are answering the letter B. Now, I think in our previous live streams, we've already discussed eutrophication. Okay, na-discuss na po natin yung eutrophication. Okay, now if you are still not familiar with the term, when you say eutrophication, this is the growth po, no, yung super fast growth of algae, yung mga lumot-lumot sa ating dagat, sa ating bodies of water. Ano nga ba yung nangyayari sa eutrophication? What happens is that if you have a farmland and you put a lot of fertilizers in your farmland, sometimes there's a runoff of the water. Okay, pag yung tubig from your farmland, the water with lots of fertilizers would run off to the bodies of water that we have, like the rivers, the lakes, the ponds. Pag pumunta doon yung tubig mo galing sa farmland mo na maraming fertilizer, what happens is that there's going to be an algal bloom. When you say algal bloom, that is a very fast growth of algae. Yung lumot-lumot natin, no? Yung algae mo, this is a type of protist, no? Yung plant-like protist mo. And so there's going to be a lot of algae. There's an algal bloom. And what happens is that your algae, because it's also needing oxygen, it is going to compete with the organisms like your fish in the source of oxygen that they have. Okay, so mag-aagawan sila ng oxygen, yung algae mo at yung mga fish na nandun. And so what happens is that the fish would be killed pag the supply of oxygen is not enough. There's going to be what we call fish kill. Kaya nakikita mo sa dagat minsan, lumulutang na lang yung mga patay na isda. That's what we call fish kill. Okay? Now, and so the correct answer that we have here would be letter B, significantly diminished sea harvest by fishermen. Kasi nga, namamatay yung mga fish, yung mga isda ay namamatay dahil nga sa tinatawag nating fish kill, dahil yung fertilizers mo ay pumunta dun sa tubig, nagka-algal bloom, maraming algae, at yung algae mo ay nag-compete with your fish in their source of oxygen. Okay, so letter B is the correct answer. Mamamatay po yung isda dyan. Okay, so letter B po ang tamang sagot for question number 15. That's letter B. All right, now we go to number 16. What is the maximum number of electrons that can occupy a p orbital? Letter A, 6, letter B, 18, letter C, 10, or letter D, 14? Okay, what is your answer for question number 16? Medyo bilis-bilisan po natin at mag-aalas 8 na. All right, now this question here is talking about your p orbital. This is in relation to your electron configuration in chemistry. I'm not sure if you still can remember this in your chemistry. I think chemistry is in third year high school, no? Third year high school natin dati. Meron tayong chemistry, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, tama, third year. And so you have your electron configuration, yung 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. If you can remember, yung C sa dam, pumasok sa pinto. Si daddy, pumasok sa door, di ba? Meron tayong mga mnemonics. All right, so this is your p orbital. The number of electrons is the one that's being asked. What's the maximum number of electrons that can occupy a p orbital? Okay, this is in chemistry. Now, these are the different orbitals that we have. We have S, P, D, and F. For S, the maximum number of electrons would be 2. For P mo, there's 6. For D, that's 10. And of course, for F, that's 14. And so the correct answer here would be letter A. Letter A is the correct answer. That's 6. That should be 6 for the orbital P. Okay, orbital P po is letter A, 6. Okay, so tama ba? Oy, may mga nag-yes. All right, so letter A po, 6 is the correct answer. All right, now we go to number 17. Which of the following statements is true about a textbook laid on the table? This is still science. This is in physics. Okay, so what do you think is the correct answer here? What is true about a textbook laid on the table? Again, we would like to welcome all our first-timers. I can see a lot of first-timers on Facebook. Thank you po for tuning in to us. If you are taking the LET, then make sure that you follow all our social media accounts. We have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, and we also have, of course, Facebook. Maraming salamat po for tuning in and welcome to Gurong Pinoy. We are in this business for a long time already. Me and my husband are both teachers. My husband is actually a math major. My major is biology, and I'm not sure if I have told you this already. I'm not sure if I have already told my parokyano, but me and my husband actually met in the review center. We were classmates in the review center, and syempre, pa-cute-cute sa review center, di ba? Kasi sinasabi namin lagi, sa StudyLink Guro Pinoy, my forever. Okay, because we met through a review center, we put up our review center and we're still together. And we're still working together in our review center in StudyLink Gurong Pinoy. Okay, so sinasabi ko, sa StudyLink, my forever. Ay, sa StudyLink Gurong Pinoy, my forever. Nakakalimutan ko lagi. Sinasabi ko lagi yung StudyLink because that was the previous name of our review center. Okay, so we found each other. We've met each other in the review center because we were classmates. And so, meron talagang forever sa review center. Oy, Ma'am Christina Cabo, nakaka-relate. Oy, alam ko na yan, Ma'am Tin. Okay, so number 17 here again. Which of the following statements is true about a textbook laid on the table? This is physics, okay? The textbook is laid on the table. What happens? Is it letter A, the textbook undergoes deceleration? The textbook undergoes acceleration. When you say acceleration po, this is the change in velocity. Change in velocity po to if we're talking about physics. Velocity, of course, is speed with direction. Okay? Plus speed mo. Pag yung speed mo ay merong direksyon, that would be called velocity. Okay? If there is a change in your velocity, then you'd call that acceleration. So what happens is that you can only have acceleration. There's going to be a change in the velocity if there's a change in speed, if there's a change in direction, or if there's a change in both speed and direction. Okay? So you'd call that acceleration. Especially yung acceleration po na term, ginagamit natin siya pag nag-speed up. Okay? Mas bumibilis yung isang bagay. Deceleration is the opposite of acceleration. Okay? Pag bumabagal siya, that would be deceleration. Is there no force acting on it? Or is it letter D? The sum of the forces acting upon it is zero. The correct answer here, of course, would be letter D. The sum of the forces acting upon it is zero. We cannot say deceleration, we cannot say acceleration because the book is not moving. Okay, so we cannot be talking about acceleration or deceleration because it's speed with direction. Wala naman siyang speed because it's not moving. We also cannot say that there's no force acting on it. What happens is that yung sum ng forces is zero. Kaya yung libro mo hindi gumagalaw dahil lahat ng forces na nag-a-act upon him, their sum equals zero. So walang movement, no net movement. Okay, so number 17, that would be letter D. Letter D po ang tamang sagot for number 17. Now we go to number 18. Besides solid, liquid, and gas, what is the fourth form of matter? Letter A, gel. Letter B, plasma. Letter C, colloid. Or letter D, foam. Huwag naman kayo maging bitter, yung mga taga-YouTube dito, wala daw forever. Sana all may jowa. Ma'am Tin, palagi ko nakikita yung story mo, ha? May classmate ka dito sa Gurong Pinoy na palaging andun sa mga stories mo. Hi, Sir Justin Diolola. Newbie daw si Sir Justin. Welcome po. Watching from Digo City. Hello, Sir Nino Vincent Rojo. Ito yung palagi nating top-notcher. Okay, 18. The correct answer, of course, would be solid, liquid, and gas. The correct answer would be plasma. Okay, letter B for plasma. Most of the materials in outer space in the universe is in the plasma form. Okay, there's another state of matter which we call Bose-Einstein condensate. And usually kasi yung dinidiscuss lamang is solid, liquid, and gas. Now, there is a common question in the LET among the states of matter which has the highest energy. Okay, which has the highest amount of energy. If there's no plasma in the choices, then of course the correct answer would be gas. Okay, the correct answer would be gas. If there is plasma in the choices, then your answer would be plasma. Okay, plasma po. Higher yung amount of energy niya kaysa sa gas. Okay, so letter B, plasma is the correct answer. Now we go to number 19. The feeding connections between all life forms are referred to as nutrition cycles, biochemical pathways, letter C, food web, letter D, fossil cycle. Watching from Zamboanga, Cebu, guys. Si Ma'am Pauline Joy Zabala Languido or Ianguido. Watching from CDO City, Ma'am Iris Jade Antiquina Castillo J. Lynn. Ba't ang hahaba ng names nyo sa Facebook? Sir Justin Gilola is from General Trias. Okay, bonus na to. Napag-aralan nyo na to ng grade 3 kayo. Okay, the correct answer, of course, would be letter C. That's food web. Okay, food web po is the correct answer. Okay, now when you say food chain, pag food chain lang, that's just one way. Okay, one way lang siya, no? One way lang siya or singular path lang siya. Isang path lang siya. But when you say food web, that's already the interconnections between the different food chains that you have. So letter C, food web is the correct answer. Food web. Now we go to the last one. If carbohydrates are hydrophilic organic compounds, lipids are blank organic compounds. What do you think is the correct answer? Ay, sabi ni Pastor Efren Esteban dito, Ma'am Tin, pwede daw siyang maging officiating minister sa mga My Forever. Ano pang hinihintay mo, Ma'am Tin? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for the last item that we have here? All right, so the question is, if carbohydrates are hydrophilic organic compounds, lipids are blank organic compounds. What do you think is the correct answer for question number 20? This is the last item that we have for our GenEd. After this poll, we are going to our Prof Ed live stream. We have a separate live stream for our Prof Ed. So please make sure that you still tune in to Gurong Pinoy. Okay, now when you say organic here, pag naririnig natin yung organic, karamihan sa atin, we would think that means natural. Okay, that means natural. Hindi siya synthetic, hindi siya artificial. But in science, when you say organic, that means it has carbon. Okay, meron siyang carbon component. So if it is a carbon-containing molecule, then we'd call it organic. Now, when you say hydro, of course, that means water. Okay, water po yung ibig sabihin ng prefix na hydro. When you say philic, that means loving. Okay, so hydrophilic, when you say hydrophilic organic compound, that means it is a compound with carbon because it is organic. And it is a water-loving compound. Okay, meaning hindi siya takot sa tubig, kahit i-mix mo siya sa tubig, okay lang. Okay, so carbohydrates are hydrophilic organic compounds. And lipids are on the other hand, are also organic, but they are hydrophobic. Okay, so hydrophobic. We all know that tubig at langis ay hindi po nagmi-mix. Okay, lipids and fats, waxes, they don't mix with water. We use the term immiscible. Immiscible, they cannot be mixed. Okay? Tubig at langis ay hindi po nagmi-mix. Parang kayo lang. Okay? Kahit na anong gawin nyo ay hindi talaga sumakto, no? Hindi talaga kayo nagkikita. Hindi talaga kayo tinadhana. Charing lang. Okay? So lipids are hydrophobic organic compounds. So the correct answer would be Letter C po for our question number 20. So that ends our general education discussion. Okay, I'd like you to please take note of your scores. Wow, may mga 20 over 20 dito sa ating YouTube. Okay, so take note of your scores, and we are going to move to our Prof Ed na live stream, and of course, you will be adding your scores later at i-reply nyo po dun sa inyong kinoment kahapon. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. Let's go to our Prof Ed live stream.